Greetings everybody and welcome to this How to Paint a Skink Priest. This is what the Citadel team does and what the GW website skinks look like. But I don't like these bluish skink and bluish saurus warriors, so I decided to make a bit different color scheme. So first of all, I primed my priest. I know the lighting is not good now because he's black primed and you won't see much of the paint. So I grab a brush here. So I think I will paint him on the skin, on the downside here, everywhere on the skin stuff, on the arms and legs and on the tail, in a reddish or a red highlighted pinkish tone, and here the scales on the back in a gray brownish tone, and these metal parts everywhere will be in a regular metal grayish tone. The bandages will be in a light brown, like Baneblade brown, and the feathers will be in blue, highlighted from dark blue to higher, like ice blue. The eyes will be in a green, because I love green eyes. Here the base will be in a brown, highlighted with green, and this stone steps he stands on will be in a regular gray, highlighted with lighter gray tone. And the base corner, I think, will be in a dark gray. So this is how I want to paint him, and I don't know if it look well when it's ready, but I give it a try and try this color scheme on this model for the upcoming Lizardman army I want to collect. So first of all, standard brush, my ripped off heavy duty standard brush, and here corn red. And with this corn red I will start and block out roughly all the skin parts, really roughly, because this is only the first step to make, and I hope I stay in focus often enough so that you see what I've done and can follow this little how to paint thing. So if you don't want to mess around with all the detailed stuff, you can give it the whole model. You can give the whole model a coat of red, corn red. But I wanna focus a bit more on details, and so I don't paint everything red right now. Here this sun fin stuff, I don't know how it's called in English correctly, but it looks like the fin from a old saurus, and I know they regulate their body heat by these fins, so it's a sun fin, I think. Oh yeah, the reason why I want to paint a red skink, you all know I prefer to paint dark models and to get it look a bit grim, and I think the red, no, excuse me, I think the blue color scheme that is publicated by Citadel and Games Workshop don't work for this dark, grim atmosphere I try to create with my army. So yeah, I tried to do something different, and that's the good thing on the Games Workshop hobby. I think you can do whatever you want, and you can do whatever you are pleased with, and nobody can mess around with you, cause you do the things you like, and nobody else must like the things. And yeah, that's the biggest point in this hobby, I think, and therefore I like it so much. So here in the back I paint over all the scales, cause this scales on the skink are very tiny, and I don't think I can paint the scales while dry brushing. So I think I must highlight every scale, and therefore I need the little lines between the scales painted already in red. And yeah, this is what I've done here. Only need the arm here that holding the staff thing. And as I said, this is a well sculpted model, and it's really fiddly to build it, because there are all these tiny things and tiny parts, and all is thin, and you think, whoa, well, it could break, and what the heck. But it's a great model, and I hope I don't hit the camera too much with my brushes, cause I got another setup of this I think paint recording station, to call it. Then last time I've painted the Black Knight from the Vampire Counts, as you remember, I hope. So this is the first layer of red color on the skink. I think I hit all the areas that should be skin. Yeah. It's a bit different to look between the legs of the cam and paint here, and always stay in focus. So excuse me if I don't get everything right. So there, under the necklar, just a bit. So, and yeah, when I edit the video, I will get some music in it, and it will be the same music as I used already in my last vlogs of Project Plague and in the Random Intermission. And I want to tell you, this is my own music. It's stuff from 2009 I made. There I made some of this 8-bit computer game-like music, cause I liked it in this time, and I think it fits really well for some of these videos and get a good atmosphere. So I use it, and all copyright is from me, because I am done the music and I made it, so I am the owner. Only for the reason you want to say, whoa, you use music in your video, but the Jima and the copyright stuff, and I think, shut up. This is my music and I can use it where I want. So this was the first step. This was red colorization of the skin, and cause of it is a skink, it would be a bit lighter in the tone of the skin than my Saurus Warrior in the future. And for this I will highlight the skin by dry brushing it with the base color Screamer Pink. When I will paint the Saurus Warrior, this would be the undercoat, this corn red, but skinks are a bit lighter in the color, cause this will be dry brushed in Screamer Pink. On the Saurus Warrior I will dry brush later with Screamer Pink, but skink-wise, can I say skink-wise? Skink-wise I will do it right now. And I take my small dry brush, get a bit color of them on my paper towel, and search for a dry position where I can start to dry brush. Yeah, there's not much difference right now, but a little bit of difference. And the skin will be, after it is shaded, dry brushed again a bit, dry brushed for highlighting, again with Screamer Pink, and after this with Pink Horror, and then I can get some good highlights, I think. So this should work out well. As I mentioned before in the last video, I've got a prototype for this color scheme on a Skaven, and it's look really well. But it's look well on a Skaven and not on a real Lizardman, on a real skink. So I don't know how it figured out, how it came out when it's ready. But I hope I don't blame myself, and this one will be a fine miniature. So dry brushing here, and a bit more color on my paper towel. And as you mentioned, this one will be an all-in-one how to paint. I think I will skip the drying process when I shade it, but all the other steps of colorization I will film live and upload the whole thing, not only the steps like I'd done earlier with the Black Knight. There as you remember, I only got the steps, so this is the step and I will finish it, and then you will see the next step. This one I will paint completely live, only skipping the drying process. So this arm, and I think it's really tricky to dry brush this mini, because of all these thin and tiny things. They are not so hard and move around, as you see, and you can't dry brush so hard, or better, I can't dry brush so hard as I am used to by all my other models. And yeah, it's a bit different to paint this one, but I think, or I hope, it will work out. And it's only 30.5 minutes, but I really often told you that I hope something, and I'm a bit afraid of repeating myself, so excuse me, I'm a bit nervous with this. And yeah, everyone started, or every how to paint user started making this type of videos. So excuse me, I'm really new in how to paint, and I hope you forgive this. And yeah, maybe you get tips for me. Lighting, I know it's not good, so this is a tip I will ignore, because I know I need to work on the lighting, but I don't got the right lamps and stuff here, so I can't improve right now. But I think to rework the structure of my painting desk, and then maybe I can install painting lamp, a permanent painting lamp. So we see what the future brings. This will be enough dry brushing, I think. It's a little bit more. I don't know if you see it on the video. It's a little bit more in this pinkish tone right now, like before, as before. And yeah, this will work well, I think. And I put away the Screamer Pink, wash out the dry brush, cling, 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 cling. Roughly washing out it, or better, washing it out. Excuse me for my grammar. I'm not the best one in speaking English, and if I speak while I'm painting, it often will turn to real bullshit what I'm talking about. But I talk, and you hear music in the background, and you see how I paint this lizard man. So, for the scale, I start with red oxide. And as you see now, it will be a bit darker than Games Workshop standard. This red oxide I will paint right straight from the color. Some of you will get a bit of hate and anger while I'm doing this, but for me personally it's the best way how to paint the model. So I know things about wet palette stuff and all the kind of tricks, but for me it don't work well, and I like to paint straight out of the pot. And as you hear by my voice, I'm a bit in concentration to hit all the scales well, and don't overpaint too much in the lower regions here. So there are many things I want to do in the future, as I can tell you. I want to complete my project Lazarus, but maybe you can help me, because I don't really know what I can use as an equal for a stegodon. So you know, on Project Lazarus I get Space Marines to Warhammer Fantasy, and these Space Marines are accompanied by some Imperial Guard, and I don't know which model I should use on the Space Marine range or the Imperial Guard range, cause the reason why I don't use any of the tanks is that they are too big. The thing I will use as an equal for a stegodon must fit on the stegodon base, cause I wanna play the Space Marines rule-wise with no changes, and maybe a Lehman Russ tank will be too big, and you must ask, hey, if I play against you with my Lizardman equal Space Marine list, can I use this? And I know it's much too big, but maybe I can use it in a fun game. And I think it will be really hard to accept that I play Space Marines as placeholders for Lizardman, so I don't want to do that much trouble that I want to play a Lehman Russ that's bigger than a stegodon base for a stegodon. So maybe you can help me out with this problem. I don't know. I thought about a Land Raider, a Land Speeder on a base, but there is a bit less of melee or melee I don't know how it's pronounced well, of this close combat skill. Maybe a land speed storm with these scouts on the back, but even then there is a bit too less link to the close combat ability of the Stegodon. So yeah, if you got any ideas, post it or get me a personal message and say what you think, or maybe you get your opinion on the Project Lazarus, or you want to say, this is total bullshit and stop it, or I hate it. So let me know what you think. But if you hate it, please don't post it in the comments, cause I don't like hater comments. You can feel free to write me a personal message with something like, hey, you suck and I don't like your project. But it's then it's a bit different than to post it in the comments. So I think here is some more scaly stuff, and that's all the scales on the back. Cause this skink don't get much scales, not as many as the Saurus Warriors. And next step will be, what do you think? Metal parts? Or what? I think that's the next step will be all the metal parts, cause there are many metal parts. Oh no, wait. Before I go to the metal parts, I will paint in the eyes, cause the mask he wears get a bit down the eyes, and if I make any painting mistakes on the eyes now, I can fix it later with the metal color. So I don't know if my camera is in focus all the time, but I hope it will. Dum-de-dum. And maybe if girl painting watched this, again, I want to challenge you for a game, and if you want, it could be a game for donation. So I will donate a miniature or some miniatures to you when I lose the game, and I only will be proud if I win the game. So maybe you like to accept my challenge and give me a good game. So what I do now, the first thing I was painting the eye in Warpstone Glow, and then in Mood Green. The Warpstone Glow is only an undercoat, so the Mood Green or the lighter green you use will look better, because the eye was painted red also before. So the eyes are done. The first detail, whoa! And yeah, now I go to the metal parts. No, there is this bandage thing here down the arm, and one on the neck. And I think I start with this one, and here this little strap thing here. Oh, that wraps on the blade. So this will be in Bane Blade Brown. First layer. And this is a bit of detail work, I think, because I don't see anything when I look at my camera. Don't see much if I look under my camera on the miniature. So painting carefully. Yeah, hit everything there. And here, paint a bit over the feather, but the feather will be painted in blue later, so it's like fixing it. So the other way around. There is the bandage and this little knot. Have I said already that this is a really nice miniature? Oh, I think I have. Ah, damn it. So, this is the first strap or bandage. Now the second one here down his neck, or better the neckler here. Whoa, my hand is shaking. Excuse me. But I'm so nervous. I'm nervous about making mistakes, and you all see that I don't paint that good. If I made a mistake in the last video, I can cut out the scene and say, whoa, I already finished this step, and now let's start with the next step. But now, this life thing, it's very less forgiving. So, this is the first mistake. But I think the shade in the next step, when I blocked out all the colors, will reduce the spot I've painted over, and will fix it. So now this strap on here, on this ceremonial blade, and there's a little strap thing on the sides that hold the feathers down between his legs. So I carefully block out the color here, paint over some scales, but this doesn't matter, because before I shade I will highlight the scale with a gray bit. So it's a mistake I can fix. And as Alexandra said, and yeah, she is right, every mistake can be fixed. Nearly every mistake can be fixed. The only mistake that can't be fixed is when you hold your miniature over a flame or tune layer at the painting lamp. But yeah, I think we don't make any of these mistakes, and it's okay. So this is the skink right now, and yeah, on the display of my cam you can see the model a bit better when I put my hand into the frame, because the auto lighting lightened this up a bit. So I think I show it to you with my hands in the back, and yeah. So I blocked out the first color with the skin and brushed it, and the scales are in brown. I know it look like it's in black, but it's in brown, dark brown. And I got this bandages and the eye, or the eyes. So next would be lead belcher for the metal parts, but I think I highlight the scale for first with Skavenblight Dinge, this really lovely grey, and yeah, I will highlight the scale from center to outside, so that a little bit on the outside will look brownish. I know the brown is more like an undercoat for the grey, but it is another effect when you do it like this, as when you start with maybe ashen grain a gray as a dark gray for base coating, it looked different. You can try it at home and tell me if I'm right, but I think it's a bit different in between. So highlight all the scales live here for you, and don't know if you get bored of my voice or you think, oh, he speak a terrible English. So excuse me, I got only this thing called Oxford English in school times, and even this is was a long time ago. If I remember, the last time I got an English lesson on school, it was 11 years in the past. Damn, I'm old. And I don't speak English that often, so I'm a bit rusted with this language, but I try to communicate, and I know the basics, and excuse my sometimes mispronunciation. But German, my mother language, is very, very different from English. Some of you maybe know it. Very different. In English you get only one article, the house, the tree, the bus, and yeah, if I would translate this in German, it would be der Baum, das Haus, der Bus, das Auto, and there are many different articles. So this one is a bit easier in English, but there are many things that much more difficult in English for someone that speaks German normally. Of course you think, oh, how it's called in German, and you will translate the whole structure of a sentence in English, but the structure will always stay a bit in German, like you will form a sentence in German. Because structure-wise there is much difference between English and German, and yeah, that's the most important reason why I speak bullshit here all the time. So, as you hear, I don't speak anymore because I'm concentrated with these little scales here. Because if I paint over it and hit the skin, this is the part I can't fix so easy, because I must dry brush it again and do stuff again, and it's easier to fix mistakes on the details like the scales than on the skin. So nearly all scales hit. Only 4 to go, I think. In the neck here, showing through 2 of the scales, and there on the other leg, on the back leg. How it's called in English? The back side of the leg. I don't know. Do you know? Maybe you can tell me, and I can learn a bit more. So, the scale, or the scales, is it plural? I don't know. Now I'm really nervous. I'm nervous in making mistakes on painting, and I'm nervous that I speak too much bullshit. So, scale highlighted with gray. Skaven lighting. And washing out the brush, and wait a second. Showing you the scale again. As you see, a bit of rhinoxide is showing through. Now the next step. Oh, I forgot a strap. Damn it. Here's one. Here. So, back to Blade Brown. Straight off the pot. Here is the miniature, right in focus. Here is the brush with the paint, and oh, damn it. What did I have done? Have I done? What a stupid idea to make a live paint job. But I've started it, and I must finish it. So, paint over this stuff a bit. Will be metal a little bit later. So, okay. Painted the missing parts. Now, the next parts I have to paint are the metal parts, as I told often before. The feather, here the skull on this on the staff, the nails and the nails on the foot, and something more is to be painted, I think, but I don't know right now. What was it? Oh yeah. There are this little jewelry or diamond stuff here and here on the necklace, and I painted in blue too after I set the metal layer. So, I know what I've missed. If you compare this one to my Skaven test model, you got a white face, because in the new army book, all the Lizardmen are some skinks with accompanying Cruxy gore that got blue skin and yellow faces. And I like this style that maybe the faces change the color, or the hands, or here this little fin on the back, and I try to get him a white face. Here with a little bit, oh no, I don't think I need much color transition. How do I do this? I don't know. I don't know if it will look good when I do like I planned, but I will paint it white here on the face, and here the opposite part of the fin I think would be white, and a bit down here in the neck, maybe? I don't know. So, metal part put back, would be painted later, and started to work a bit on the face with Screaming Skull. And maybe I will work on the eye later again. If I paint over the eye, I don't know. Or on the chin here in white. Let's see how it looked like when it's ready. And when I paint it, or get on the first shade. I think some of my miniatures look really, really horrible when I blocked out the first layer of color, but if I shaded them, they turn into something really different and look good. So I don't know if it will work out well, and I only see it when it's done. So it's good when you have something like a test model at first, if you like this. And if I don't like it too much, I will leave this color scheme on this Skink Priest and say, hey, he's something different like the regular skinks, so you get this white face colorization that no other skinks have, and yeah, we'll see if I'm pleased with the result. Oh damn! I'm talking bullshit, and the color is not as thin as I want to. So the upper fin, or upper part of the fin, shaking hands, you see. Concentration, damn. Concentration. I need concentration. Okay. The middle of the fin, so, and here in the back a bit. Have I said already that this is a Screaming Skull? I don't know. If I don't, this is a Screaming Skull I paint right now. And yeah, I think this look good. Now a bit of Screaming Scully in the back of the head. Oh, painted over the fin, but it will be highlighted later on, so there it isn't that bad to make a mistake. Well, yeah, now it's a fiddly work to get on the head down here. Of course, the staff blocks the normal painting angle. I hope you don't get too bored when I paint this. So, the light skin, the Screaming Skull skin, is done, and we will see how it works out when it's highlighted. I think I will highlight this Screaming Skull with a Screaming Skull again when I shade it, and then with palette Witch Flash. We will see. So next thing, as I mentioned often before, is a metal color, and for this I use here Lead Belcher. So give it a good shake, because metal colors like gold or the silver are a bit different than all the other paints, I think. So, and they need a good shake. Oh no, all the accessories here. First of all, and then look on the clock and see we got already 45 minutes of painting, and I hope you don't get too bored, because I'm not the fastest painter, as you see. But maybe you get inspiration, or you show and right in this moment my memory card went full, but I mentioned it, and I don't paid anything more than you see as seen on the last video, or the part before this starts, and so you can be with me while painting live again, and you don't miss anything. I was really afraid of, whoa, some parts missing, I think, but Fortuna is with me, and all the parts are recorded well, and I noticed it early enough that the memory card is nearly full. So, as you all know, and as I say again now I'm painting the metal parts, and it's a bit more, it's nothing more than blocking out. There are nearly no details on the metal stuff right now I need to care about. I only can paint and paint and paint and paint, and paint here, paint there, and oh, paint behind the staff? Damn it. That's a bit fiddly. But I think we can work with this. Here and there. Wow. Really tricky miniature to paint with all these details. Or better to say, these hidden details. So now here this little reachable mask helmet thing. Blocked out, and here in front, near the face, the edge need to be painted too. Or the red stripe will stay there and would look ugly. Other side, this mask thing. And I must say, here in my room, in my working room, it's really hot. We were here at the hottest summer ever, I think. And I don't got any air conditioning stuff. And if I open my window, the warm air will come in, and it will heaten up even more. So that is not a good option. So the mask is done, and I think I've bent this feather a bit too much. I hope it won't break, so I will fix it here with a little bit of super glue later. Please don't break, little feather. So we got this ceremonial Chris. Isn't it called so? This shape of a blade, isn't it a Chris? Or I know the German longswords that got this waved shape called Flamberg, but I don't know how the small daggers are called like. And maybe on the Warhammer universe they got an even different name. So you don't know. Still some metal to paint on the skink. And now my memory card tells me I've got 55 minutes left before I must upload stuff from the cam to my computer. So I think this will be a real long video in the end. Metal here, metal there, metal everywhere. Metal on the metal. Did you know Tenacious D? The Metal? This is a funny song. But maybe you don't know. So Steph will be all in metal too. Oh shit, it's really a bit much too bad. If you want to follow how this heavy metal team painted them skinks and all the source stuff, you need to get this bronze tone for the metal, but mine will be more like silver metal, cause I thought about that it is an Lizardmen army coming out of another region than Illustria itself, and maybe down in the Darklands on the southern coast. I think there will be some jungle or anything else too. There will maybe develop a bit different culture than on the other regions of the old world. So maybe it's a cool thing to make my Lizardman look a bit different to all the regular others. And if I shade later on, I will shade I need to describe you. I will block out all the colors, shade with aggregate earth shade, and then highlight. Then I will shade again everything with Reichland Flash shade and a bit of aggregate earth shade afterwards. And then I'll pick out the highest highlights and highlight them again. And with this coats of aggregate earth shade and this tiny little bit of Reichland Flash shade, the metal will look a little bit reddish. So you can tell, whoa, it look a bit like copper, but not too much. And it look a bit more like Games Workshop thought they should look like. But as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it's all your fantasy and all the way you want to paint them, and not the way Games Workshop say, hey, paint them like that, and everybody needs to paint blue Lizardman and stuff. So yeah, other part of the old world, other skin color of my Lizardman. And maybe I will paint a really colorful army, and maybe this brood of skinks is in this red tone with the white faces, and some other skinks are more in a maybe brownish tone, or maybe green. I don't know right now. I only know this shaman will be. Oh damn it! This is a mistake. I only know this shaman will be, or priest. Sorry, this skink priest will be in a red skin tone with white mask, and maybe a cohort, or better, a regiment of skinks will be the same color, cause they are the same generation of brood. Or didn't Lizardman get these brood pools, and every generation that comes out of a pool got the same different colorization? I thought, wasn't there something that you can say, whoa, that is a brood of Saurus warrior, they look all the same? Isn't it like this? Maybe. But that are all only details and fluff details, and you don't need to know everything, I think. So the metal parts are done all, I think. Let's see. Check this out. All metal. Oh, there. You can see it a bit from behind. The neckler. There need to be a bit of this metal color too. And now I have to fix my mistakes. I'm very happy that I done some. Fuck. Oh, sorry. Damn it. So, Screamer Pink. But maybe it's a place where I say there could be a highlight here. So I will brush. I will paint the color directly on the model, and changing the plan a bit, getting the Screamer Pink on some places of the skin too, so that you can say, whoa, that's not a mistake, that was not a mistake, that should be like this. Good thing when you paint the first model and make mistakes, you can say, hey, this must be like this, it was planned. Or it's only the part of me that's too scavish to say, whoa, it's all planned. So get the fin a bit more in pink. So all these little mistakes or steps I painted over a bit are done, and added some new spots of pink. Okay, the skink look a bit more pinkish now, I think, but it's okay. Why not? So, metal parts done and mistakes fixed. Now, I think I will paint the feathers and these little gems, or undercoat for the gems, after after that I need Screaming Skull again for the claw, or the cloth, and the skull. So for blue I need Cantor blue, and paint the feathers on this model. And as I mentioned before, it's only the base color. I know it's a bit dark, but base, so it would be highlighted soon. Hoping that I don't make much mistakes now. Because every step you get further with your painting, it's more difficult to fix mistakes. So, oh, damn it. Okay, if I bought me another priest, or a second priest, I will paint him separately before I glue it to the base, because it's hell of a work to get behind between the legs to paint the feathers. Things you learn when you made little mistakes. And a little tip of me: if you paint this priest thing guy too, the feathers in the back, don't bend them too much. They are very thin, and they will break off very easily, I think. And after I shaded this, and the shade is dry, I will fix the one feather that's a bit overbent off cam before I return to painting. And my tip: don't overbend the feathers, and don't get your fingers too much on the feathers, because this is the reason why I overbend my feather. I hold the miniature right in the back of it and overbend. And whoa! That's crazy. But don't forget, it's a tiny, thin, fiddly miniature, not a Space Marine like the most players painted it the first time. Or don't you? I will tell you, maybe shame on me, but I started with Space Marines, as you all know. And I have got some Space Marines right now, and I don't feel really bad on this. So this will be feathers of some blue bird, I think. It's a good contrast to the red color of the skin, and that's my philosophy of choosing paints. That there are minimum 2, maximum 3, or on really great models 4 pregnant colors that give a good contrast. So maybe on Project Lazarus, on my Skink equal on the Imperial God, I've got these brownish or Baneblade brown beige suits, uniforms. I got these dark gray armor, and I got on the left shoulder this bright yellow color with the Imperial Fist emblem, and I think that give a good contrast. The armor contrasts the bright uniform, and the heraldry on the shoulder pad would give a good contrast to armor and uniform. So it works out good. That are the feathers. Oh, I hope you saw everything. I only focused on the model and not how it could be seen on the video. Okay, maybe I was a bit out of focus. Cling, 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 cling. Washing the brush again, as you hear. Maybe I was out of focus, so now the model looks like this. Very different to the GW stuff, but not too bad. For the little gem, or gems, this is plural, I think I won't use blue, because blue is in the feathers. Maybe green? Or blue. This will be a darker blue in the end than the feathers, I think. Okay, I get the gems. Blue. It is Untitled blue, or how it's called, whatever. You see the color, and you can pronounce this as you want. So there is a gem in blue, and here's this little gem. So these are these two gems, and you get here one, and on the other side two gems on the little helmet, and maybe was one here. Well, damn, my brush is on retreat, so maybe you got a gem here, maybe a big gem here on the left side. On the back side is 1, 2, so there is a gem 2, and no, on this neckler there are no gems, I think. No, there are only faces and stuff. But here on the staff up here, I think this should be little gems. And if I don't like that too much, I can overpaint it again. So, and for the reason that the staff don't look too silver, wow, damn it, stand up, too silver, the snake emblem thing that's on the banner, on the staff, I will paint it back in gray. And if I dry brush the metal parts later, it would look different than the other silver parts. So Catscaven Blighted Dinch again, and paint this little snake here. Is it too boring for you? I think if you can answer this question, it is a good sign, cause you are already there on my video and watching. So I think you don't get too bored. So this other head here. So, and on the other side there is this same snake thingy again. Only different that it is complete and the skull don't hang down and block any of the emblem. Here and here, there, and here the snake face how the snake got called again? Sotek, I think, oh? Isn't it so? So, here down a second layer. Okay, this is done, and I think this is the last step, because the base will be painted at last when I finish the model. The last step is again Screaming Skull. To fix a little mistake on the fin. Because I blobbed a bit of blue down there, and here it's not completely painted. So I think that's enough. So a bit of Screaming Skull again on the face. Fix this little mistake with the metal color. So, and for the claws and stuff, I don't use Screaming Skull, because the claws and the skull on the staff will be highlighted with Screaming Skull later, and I need to start a bit darker with Ushabti Bone. Here, focus. Ushabti Bone, focus. Yeah, this. Because the Ushabti Bone is a bit darker than Screaming Skull, and you can highlight it better, I think. Let us start with the claw on the right hand. Oh damn it. What's claw and what is skin? Maybe this part is a claw. There are no lines to separate the claw from the skin. So you can decide on your own how long the claws are. I think they are long enough. Are there female skinks? I know I got a reptile as a pet for a long time, and I know that there are no optical differences, or nearly no optical difference for the most reptiles. Skinks, are they human male skinks, or are they female skinks, or are the priests the females, or that's freaky. It's freaky when you ask for the background and ask questions nobody else asked before. Well, maybe someone asked it, but that you don't know if someone asked. Think that someone could ask the same question, but you didn't hear it yourself, so different. Weird. Also, this monologue I tell all the time. It's like I'm talking to myself and answering my own questions. It's a bit weird, just a little bit. So, isn't there another finger? No. Skinks only got 4 fingers. That's right. I forgot. Sorry. So the hands are done. Now the feet. There are only 3 claws. So 1, shaking. I think I need to eat something when the shade dries. My stomach kills me. But I will finish the whole thing to the stage of the shade before I do something like that. So there, one. The third claw you don't see. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All claws painted. And at last, the skull here on his staff. Very gently, very carefully. I think about maybe I am the first one to do a how to paint tutorial on a new Skink Priest right now. Let's see when I can upload this. If I am the first, then also. Cause I got problems with my internet provider a long time, and I only can upload at my girlfriend's. And you know, if you're at your girlfriend's, you don't wanna stay the whole time at the computer, cause your girlfriend is much more important than videos and miniatures and painting and computer stuff. Yes, so I don't know when I can upload this. We will see. Skin is painted, claws are painted, feathers are painted, skull is painted, metal parts are painted. I think all the colors are blocked out and I only need 1 hour and 15 minutes. Whoa, this takes long. But this is the reason of the detail work and of the fact that I want to paint it good. So this is the whole Skink Priest. All colors, some highlights here on the scale and on the skin. And now I will give it a wash with Agrex Earthshade. Give it a bit of a shake. Agrex, my wash brush. Zack. Did you know the German zack? It's a funny word, I think. So, and give the whole Scheiben a wash. Try to that you don't pool the color too much. If you've done your shading and the shade is dried and you think it's too light, you can give it another layer of shade, but don't shade him too much on the first time, I think. Because it can ruin the work you've done before. Or maybe don't ruin, but the work will look a bit better if you don't shade him too much in the beginning. Or maybe for my technique, it is better to shade him not too much. So as you see, the shade here is a bit dried and I give it another layer. The feathers and the feathers from the back, and here on the other side the feathers, and on the other side from the back. So here, here again. So the other arm with the staff. And maybe you can see that the Agrax Earthshade give the metal parts a bit of a brownish, bronze, rusty color, that it don't look so pure than pure metal. And I like this effect. I really liked. I used it for most of my Skaven cause they look rusted and dirty and dark. And as I like my minis, grim. Grim, grim, grim. Everything needs to be grim. Even a Lizardman must be grim. Cause it's a grim world. War is everywhere. And everywhere these monsters and stuff, and I think it's really grim. It don't need to be too shiny, because the world isn't shiny. The world is full of brutality and massacres and monsters and stuff, and it must be dark, grim, dark. I'm evil. No, I am not evil, but the minis could be a bit more evil. So, a bit more shade here and here and there another layer of shade and there. La 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 la. And a bit of singing to keep you, don't bore you too much. And everything is shaded. So, here and there, second layer. Here on the staff again, the gray looks a bit brown, but not on the face, because the face don't need to be too dark or too grim. So this is the Skink Priest, base coated and shaded. Now I take a break and I will get me something to eat and let this body dry, and then we will be back and show you how I work further. So for the magic of the internet, you see me soon, and I see you in several hours, so see you.